Hello friends, this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I am here with a little challenge. I'm challenging myself to use some items from my stash that I have not used very much. And I will show you what I used this morning. And before I clean up my mess, I wanted to make a few more here. So what I did was I used time cards and the old, these catalog cards. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy. But yeah, what I did was I got these ready last night. The library cards were already starting to brown and, naturally distress. So I just spritzed some of my blue food coloring on those. And how I get those ready is the blue food coloring, I just have a little spray bottle and I put some water in there and then I drop some food coloring in there and I just, put drops in there until I'm satisfied with the color of blue. Like if you want a lighter blue, put less drops. If you want a more vibrant blue, put more drops. I think I put about 6 drops in there to get this color. So that's the library cards. And then on these are time cards. They are long. Like here's the top and here is the bottom. So they're about like that long, pretty long ones. Cut them in pretty much in half. And what I did with those is coffee dye them and use also that blue food coloring. So my coffee dyeing, I just save my coffee, my leftover coffee. I keep it in the fridge. And when I need it, it's there ready, waiting for me. And when I'm ready for it, I take it out, pour some in a bowl, and use one of these little foam brushes just to paint on my coffee. Okay, and then I let it sit in on my dining room counter. I use a plastic tablecloth, a little thicker one with the kind of fuzzy backing. I use that thicker one to protect my counter so that the liquid doesn't go through and stain my counter. But yeah, I just lay everything out there and let it dry overnight. And right now it's drying really quick with the heat on. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I just went ahead, painted these with the coffee. And then immediately, I did not wait for them to dry. I just immediately went and spritzed them with some of my blue food coloring. And this is how they came out, really pretty. I did coffee dye the back, but not, I didn't spritz blue on the back. If there's any blue on there, it's just kind of residue from the tablecloth probably. But yeah, you can kind of see, and I'll show you as we go along how they look. But I think they came out really nice. So, like, here's the ones I did this morning on a live with Marie. I did some on with her, and then I did a few more after that. But, like, here's one of the library cards. Besides using the library cards and the time cards, challenging myself to use those, since I haven't used those very much. I also pulled out some of my vintage wrapping paper that I haven't used very much. And I've been using... I pulled out a lot of blues too. I wanted to use a lot of blue elements, so I pulled out some postage stamps that have blue in them. Some of them don't have blue, and some wallpaper. The wallpaper is another thing that I haven't used very much, but I have it. It's really pretty, so I need to use it. So I like leaving the words as much as possible on the library cards because I like to see that. Like they don't make those anymore, so it's neat to see, like, oh, that was a library card. Isn't that cool? Look what it said, So here's all, and I did use a little piece of vintage fabric here. That was from Laura. Some of the postage stamps and the paint chips right here are from Louisa. And I used some other elements from Laura and Maria and Louisa. So those Happy Meals really come in handy. But yeah, so that's what these are all done with. I tried to put at least 5 elements on each card. So some of them might have 6, but just to let you know, my goal was 5, and if it had more than that, then that was even better. So what I have right here is some wallpaper that I didn't use this morning that I'm trying to work with. I pulled out, 6 bases here to try to get done during this video, and I want to try to see if I can do them, all together. Like, I'm going to put down 6 birds or 6 postage stamps, get them done like that. Kind of like almost like an assembly line, but not really, So this is really pretty. This one I cut out the bird, and I like that. But this bird is so small. And I want to leave this, I really want to leave this blue, so I'm trying to figure out how can I put this on here and still have it look pretty. It looks too squared off. I think that I'll just go ahead and maybe try this one with rounding the corners and see what that looks like. This is nice wallpaper. It's pretty thick. So my corner rounder is working nicely on here. Rounding those corners. Yeah, I like that. It covers the whole tag. So I don't know what else I might put on there. I could try a butterfly. Here's some, I have different size butterflies here that I received from Maria. Let's try a butterfly. Here's one with some blues. Seems like it doesn't go. I didn't know if it would, so we're just kind of experimenting here. I've got some lace. I could put a piece of lace on here. It's very, this is a very, you know, kind of if you want to see through what you're doing, this is a good piece of lace for that, because once you put it down on something, it almost disappears. So I've got that. So I don't know. I mean, I want something else on here. I could just put a piece of fabric up here for my little tie, but that almost seems too bright. Maybe a piece of lace up here for that little, you know, topper there on this. Let's cut a piece of lace and see. Let me see, how long do we want it? Let's cut a longer piece for this one. You know, they both look good, longer, shorter, anything pretty much. Oh, I need my fabric scissors. Where are they? Here they are. Okay, so yeah, longer, shorter. I've seen both, so let's see what a longer one looks like. And maybe we'll glue down that piece of wallpaper. Okay, it's got a lot of light colors in here, so I don't see that I could put any of the wrapping paper I showed you on there. It would be too, and it just wouldn't go. I do have a couple other things here though. We'll see. Let's tie this on. Piece of lace. Let's see, we'll keep this. This is it's not like cardstock or anything, but it is a thick wallpaper. Let me grab, I have a couple other little pieces here I've been fooling around with. Maybe something like this would look nice, just something else besides this one thing, right? And it's a dark blue, and that actually kind of looks neat under there, right? It's something. And then what else? I have a little border here this one's from Laura. This could be over here. That would look nice. And then I've got 3 elements. Let's see what else I have. Something tiny. I have a little cluster here that could go down here. So that would be 4. I wonder if I have I could put a tiny butterfly here. Let me find my tiny butterflies. Yeah, I got those right here. Most of these are really light, but this is a light tag. See, I'm not doing it like an assembly line. I'm kind of like taking off on this one. I'm kind of concerned about this one because I have this big thing covering the whole tag. Okay, so there we go. Another element. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I like it, and we've got the little lace here on top. So let's glue it down. I'm waiting for glue to come in the mail. I ordered some on Amazon, and I got my mail already today, and no glue. I've got to look up online to see where my glue is because this is almost gone. And it's not that I don't have any other glue, but this is my favorite glue right here now. So let's glue these pieces down the way we have it. This is a piece from a digital kit that I'm working with right now, the Denim and Lace kit, Digi-Kit from Studio 28E Sheree. I'm making a denim and lace journal, which I need to work on. I'm not rushing on it though, I'm just kind of, it's my January design team project, so I'm ahead of the game here, which is what I like to be. where I like to be instead of behind, you know. So, okay, let's put this down because that looked good behind there. I'm so surprised because it's darker, but it looked really good as kind of a base or a foundation behind that piece of wallpaper. Okay, and this was nice, this purple, or kind of more like lavender color. Kind of something different sticking out on the side. And pretty with this paper punch. Something you can do with your strips is make these little punches. I want to put it in some so the punch doesn't get messed up, you know what I mean? Hopefully it'll still show. But if I put it too much over the side, these little edges could get messed up, you know, just by moving it around in a journal or wherever. So hopefully it still shows, right? Okay. Yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, perfect. Now let's glue this down. Oops. Let's glue this down. Yeah, I've got Fabri-Tac here. I've got glue stick. What else? I've got some glue, 2 glues. I probably should challenge myself to use those. 2 that I bought as a kind of a, like, let's try this glue. It's a little cheaper than Fabri-Tac and see if I like it. But, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just stick with my favorite glues, I guess, because if I just keep buying other glues that I want to try, even though they're cheaper, if I don't use them, it doesn't really save me any money now, does it? No, it doesn't. The other 2 I bought were clear gel tacky glue, Aleene's. I mean, it's all right, but, you know, I'd rather just stick with my Fabri-Tac. And then the other one is Elmer's Craft Bond Quick Dry Glue. I don't know, I probably just didn't give them a chance. They're probably perfectly good glues. I don't know. I guess once you get your favorites, you kind of want to stick with those, you know. I mean, those might be someone else's favorites. You know, I notice everybody has their favorites that they always use and grab, you know, and go for. Okay, so let's see. We have not distressed our edges on this one. Well, let's do that. And this one will be done because we've got 5 elements on there. And that's my goal. Not counting the little lace on top. I'm not really counting that as an element. I'm counting the elements as things we glue down on here, you know. So, another pretty tag for my stash. And it's a bird. It's a bird tag. Cute. I don't think some of that is showing on the back. I guess we could do the back, but it's pretty much showing on the back too. Okay, so cute, right? Little birdie tag with 5 elements. Okay, I'm going to add that to my done stack. Now this one, had to brush that off. There's some crumbs from my brush there. Okay, let's cover that ink up and see what well, you know what we could do with this now. See, I cut out that bird, but I have this is another wallpaper that I have, the flowered one. Did I show you that? I think I did. If I didn't, let me show you again just in case I didn't show it to you. This one here. I've got the bird one and this one. Here's the birds. Pretty birds. And then here's this one. So they're both, you know, I just thought they, you know, similar colors. So this could be a background for the bird, maybe. Yes, maybe. Or we could put it up here. Oh, we can have the bird sticking up over the top. Because this is going to be a journaling card. This is not a tag. So I could make it smaller so more of the bird sticks up. And this is just, let's cut some of this plain color off right here. Like that. And even though it's just a little smidgen of a sliver there. we could have the birds sticking up more. Let's round the corners here. That just looks better. Round the corners on this one. And put our birdie on there. So he's sitting among the flowers. Okay, now he needs a friend. He needs a little friendly butterfly. Maybe a paint chip. Is there, let me see, I have different shades of paint chips. This was a whole big like paint chip, really cool how they did it from New Zealand. It's 2 layers, it's cardstock, and then the actual color is another piece of cardstock. So it's 2 layers of cardstock. These are very thick. So let's get a lighter piece. Let's see. This one will look pretty. Let's cut that with our, got my pink and shears right here. Cut that a little bit, some shape, and see if we can glue this down here and find a little butterfly friend for her or him. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We didn't put this butterfly on this one. Do we need a butterfly? I think we do. Yes, I think we do. Let's go back to this one for a second. I just saw this one sitting over there and I was like, oh, there's my butterfly I was going to use on the other one. Yes, I made these little clusters of scrap papers here. I think I talked about them in my denim and lace journal video for possible use in that too. But I just layered pieces of scrap paper. There's 1, 2, 3 layers here at least, and then kind of messy stitched around. This one has 2 messy stitched, you know, stitches around there on this one. So I'm gluing it down right here in the corner. Let's see, I think I'm going to make it just right here. And then put the butterfly on there. Yes, I think this is better with a little bit more on here. We'll get it down nice and flat, so if we want to put it in a pocket, we won't have to worry about it coming, you know, catching. So I'm going to just kind of like glue under the little edge pieces right here and get those down nice and flat. Make sure they're all really, really down so they can be, because I worry about that, you know. I like to keep my journaling cards and tags flat, although I do like to make chunky tags too. So sometimes it's a dilemma, flat or chunky, you know. But let's see. I think this needs a little glue right here. Make sure everything's down. Okay, that looks better, right? A little bit more on there. This, we added this right here. A cluster and a butterfly. I like that. Okay, back in the done pile you go. Okay, so we're gluing down. Let's go ahead and glue this down before we get too many more things on here, because I like this a lot. I can't see myself putting anything else under here, so, and I want it like this so the bird is sitting like on the flower. So it's getting toward late afternoon here in North Carolina. I live in I describe it as North Central North Carolina. And this time of year, like last year in December, on December 9th, I think it was, I saw on my Facebook it snowed here. It hasn't snowed yet this year, which is fine with me. I don't really like to deal with snow, but I'm from Florida, so don't really like to deal with snow. But so thank goodness it hasn't snowed yet. But usually it's cold, and today it was 69 degrees. Now, and the sun was out bright and shiny and warm. So it was warm today. I mean, I got hot today. I had to kind of roll down my window a little bit, try to let some cool air in, but there wasn't really any cool air out there. It was actually kind of hot, and had to make sure, like this morning it was 42. Started out around 42, but by the time I went out to do some errands, it was $69, and I was very happy. Although it's kind of strange for this time of year, just to, you know, because like we're used to being cold at this time of year, so to be hot is just kind of different, but nice. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. Okay, so there's our bird. Now I said I was going to look for a butterfly and my little paint chip. This is pretty too, a strip I cut off of the other wallpaper, but I don't think it goes there. I've got a piece of fabric here too, but I don't really want to cover up my flower too much. I love that flower. Maybe put this, I think I got too much white on here. Let's cut some of that off. Sometimes I do things and then I look back at my video, like I say, oh, let's do this. Oh, that doesn't look good. You know, let's do something else. And I look back at my video and I'm like, oh, that looks good. Why didn't I do that? That looked really good. You know what I mean? Something I decided not to do looked really good. Okay, so we've got that. A postage stamp. Here's a nice little postage stamp. It has more birds on it. It's called a kiwi stamp. I think these are from New Zealand, so pretty cool with the kiwi stamp on there. And this is nicely shaped, although I've been shaping I've also got these scissors out here. These are called scallop, and these are from my scrapbooking days that I had purchased these for doing my scrapbooking pages in my scrapbook when I used to do it for my kids and save their pictures in a scrapbook and stuff. So yeah, this will actually look really nice. Let's kind of set it like that. That'll look nice, and we got two. That'll give us 2 more elements. So we're up to 4. We don't need a topper on here because it's not a tag, it's a journaling card. So I'm going to look around for one more thing, maybe a butterfly here added to our little cluster, or somewhere maybe over here in the corner. Here's a piece of trash. Oops, I moved my paint chip sample. Okay, that looks pretty, that color on there in our stamp. Okay. Yeah, so I need to get a move on here. It's getting late afternoon, like I said. And I really don't have too much to do today. I had to do some grocery shopping, and I have, since I had more time, because I got my work done during the week, since I was off for Christmas and stuff, I got my work done during the week that I usually do on the weekend. So I had more time today, so I stopped by this antique store in my town, the town where I go next, that's next to my town actually. And I go there, I only go there like once a year because it's an antique store, and it's not like antiques, one of the antique stores that are really expensive. It's just that it's a guy, an older gentleman that owns it, and he has like mostly antique, knickknacks and furniture and stuff I'm not really looking for my junk journals. So I only go there like once a year to see if he possibly has anything that I can use in my junk journals. And I don't think I've ever bought anything there for my junk journals actually. I've never really found anything. He doesn't have a lot of papery type stuff. But he does have like tons of books. Like tons. Like I don't think anybody ever buys books, but I think he collects books. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look for a butterfly or something. And so, yeah, I think he collects books, and he has tons of books in there. So I was like, well, if I need books, I know where to go, but I just don't need any books right now. Got a little, I don't want to cover up my bird though. So I've got a little doily thingy here. I've got a little piece of fabric. You know what would be neat is to put a little, even though I don't need a topper, a little tab on here, possibly. I don't know if I like this. This might be too bright, and I might not have anything I can use for a tab here. Other than maybe some wallpaper. Let's see. I don't want to cover up my bird, so I might not do that. Let's see. Butterflies. Little butterflies. These are really coming in handy. I really should probably get myself a butterfly bunch. I know I saw one that was kind of just a kind of medium-sized butterfly once at Tuesday morning. Why I didn't get it, I don't know. I should have. Okay, that looks, I like the butterfly. I don't know if I want it there or, yeah, down here it doesn't, you can't see it because it blends in with the flowers. Over here you can see it, but it looks like it needs something. So it might need a piece of fabric again. Let's see if we put the butterfly on a piece of fabric like that. I don't know, I kind of like it without the fabric though. That's probably one of these those things I'll look back and say, why didn't I do that? It looks so nice. I like this. I would need to cut it off. Maybe like that. And then put the butterfly on here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's cut this off. Scissors. Okay, so I'll glue this down, these two pieces, and this one will be done. Maybe do a little distressing on here, and then I'll check the time. If it's getting too long, we won't get 6 done right now. I don't really need to get 6 done. I just wanted to try to get some more done before I clean up this mess that I have here for making this stuff I'm working on right now, because I need to get out of another mess, work on my December daily and my journal, my denim and lace journal this weekend. Because I didn't really plan on doing this, but then I decided to do it for my live with Maria, and then, you know, didn't figured while I have it out, let's just get some done. Okay, so butterfly. Okay, that looks pretty. Some distress ink. And we have several elements on here, probably at least 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have 6. So I reached my goal of 5 or more. 5 or more elements, and I kind of started doing that with a mini challenge, through a mini challenge, when I haven't done the last few, but the monthly challenges that Dear Julie does. I was doing every one. I just haven't done the last few because I wanted to focus on Christmas things, so I didn't do the last few. But she has done a few mini challenges where you do like a tag or a journaling card, and then she'll require like 5 elements, and that really challenged me. And ever since then I was like, you know, that is really good to challenge yourself to put 5 elements on, not just 1, not just 3, but 5, because that extra 2 over 3, you got to really like, oh, let's see, I need 2 more things. You know, sometimes you really got to think about it. And I find that they really come out nice and fun, and it's actually really fun to try to, you know, reach that goal. So there we go, another pretty one. Let's see what time it is. I'm at, I'm only at 28 minutes, not too bad. Shall we do one more? And then we'll do the library card and then be done maybe for today, and I'll clean up this mess. So, and that will be fun. We'll do something other than a time card and see if we can get 5 things down on here. Okay, can we fit a bird on here? I'm not sure. These birds are, let's see, this little one would fit right here. That would be cute. Or this one right here. That one. I kind of like this little guy right here. And then he can fit off to the side where he doesn't cover up too much of the words, you know. Let's try him. He's so cute. Let's cut him out. Let's fussy cut him out. See, I had no plan of fussy cutting out these birds, or I would have done it ahead of time. I pictured myself cutting out like rectangles out of here, but then the birds look so cute when they're cut out, right? So it only takes us a few more seconds to cut it out than to cut a rectangle, because I'd have to cut the rectangle and then round the corners and possibly distress the edges. So after doing all that, I might as well just fussy cut it out, right? If I want to. Either or, whatever. So let's do it. This is going to be a cute one. Okay, yeah, this is a little guy. He'll fit on here. Super cute. All right, look at how cute. Oh my goodness. Adorable. Okay, one down. Let's see if we can use up any fabric here. I could put him on there, possibly. I have, oh goodness, here's my pin. My pin for my art glitter glue. Let me put that where I can find it. Well, here's a pretty flower, a little round flower that I have that would match his red on his head. That could be another element. I have this, oh that's too big, okay, forget that. Let's see, what else do I have here that might, that's 3 things. Let's see, a little, I don't think I have any more. Oh, I do have another doily here I could use somewhere. Oh, these are glued down, never mind, I don't have a doily. I have butterflies, I have postage stamps, I have more paint chips. I don't have it. Let's see, I have some reddish postage stamps. How would that look? This is another New Zealand stamp. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 things. See how it challenges you? Let's see. I've got a little piece of doily. I don't think that's going to help me though. I've got a collage here that has reddish elements in it. This could be the trick right here. Put this over here with the flower. Let's see, turn it around. So this is on the edge. The color, solid color's on the edge. This flower would go out over the edge. And these guys over on this side, maybe put this up here. Bird down here. And maybe a little butterfly. My go-to butterflies here. I wish I had a more colorful one. I do have more colorful ones. Let me look here. These are very colorful over here, but kind of bigger, you know. Pink. Let's see, there's a charcoal gray one. Let's see here. Here's a kind of a floral with some greens here. That could be something. Ooh, that's a pretty one. It has glitter on it. That's a pretty one. Okay. It really matches this almost, but I could use that instead. No, this looks better with the red. Keep it with the red family. I don't know. Sometimes you get stuck, right? Oh, I have a little element here with just from my digital kit. This could be something right here. Just a little something to add. There we go. That would be number 5. It's a little flower, like a little medallion or a button. I could put that right up here even. That looks pretty. I think this looks, let me see where I want this. I kind of like this down here. Let's see if it looks like, no, it doesn't look good over there. I need to keep this separate. Yeah, I like it right here. I think this is going to be it. Or, let me see. Yeah, no. Like, yeah, right there. Well, let me put this down here. There's a piece of fabric right here that's making this more bulky. So I need to keep it up there so I can put the flower down here and get it all flat. Like I said, I like it flat. Okay, I think we're going to do it and finish this up. Okay, let's glue these down. There's 5 pieces. and then we will be done. I don't know why I just said that. Okay. Awesome. I love building my stash, really. Having things ready to go, you know. So I was thinking about doing some clusters. I have some words, word flashcards that I found at a thrift store. So that might be my next fun video, is making clusters out of those. I thought that would be cool to have some of those ready to go on anything, pockets, tuck spots, pages, you know, that can be used everywhere. Let's see, I'm going to glue this down partly, but I want to make sure I have this in the right spot and get this glued under the bird a little bit before I glue the bird completely down. Get all my edges. There, he's a little bit under the bird. I can push the bird down. Yeah, I'm glad I had that sitting there. I needed another little element, and there it was, sitting right in front of me. Okay, and this is another cluster that I made from paper scraps. 1, 2, 3, sewed around with light blue thread, and then I've added a little fabric scrap right there in the corner. And these glue down. I just put glue right over the thread, and they glue down just fine, you know, with art glitter glue. I'm getting the edges real good. And sometimes I'll put some in over the stitching, like this, right over the stitching a little bit, just to make sure it's all glued down, and then, you know, all over the center also, of course. Okay, so this was going right here because I needed to keep that fabric piece up above the flower piece because it's kind of bulky right there, and I don't want that to have to put the flower over that too. It would be a little bit getting too thick at that point. So there we go. Now we want our flower like that, kind of heading out over toward the bird, down below the fabric. We've got our blue spritz showing through in some of our words in our little hole there where it used to be in the card catalog. So cool. All right, I think it looks pretty. So we did 3, and I'm going to end it here, but let me just show you. Like I said, these cards were naturally distressed, but now I am going to do a little edging around here. See how that really sets it out? It just sets it out and makes a little frame around it. It's so pretty. Makes a little frame around your picture that you made, your collage. So pretty, right? I love it. I love it. And then we did this one, really pretty, with our 6 elements we had on this one. And this one was our tag, which we also had at least 5 elements, maybe 6 on this one too. So there we go. All done pretty. 3 more done. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day and happy crafting. See you next time.